18-year-old Nolan Wells disappeared off the coast of Mississippi. Authorities say Wells traveled to Horn Island with a group of friends to celebrate the 4th of July. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says that Wells decided to stay on the island even though his friends left on a boat. Around 8:45 a.m. is when the sheriff says a body was found near the island.
Searchers believe they found the body of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells after he headed out on a boat trip with friends for July 4th and never came back. Why was Nolan the only member of his friend group who didn't return to shore?
I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
I can't fathom why he would.
We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. Mm-hmm. You go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not separate from the group. So he knew to stay with his group.
Hey y'all, so we have a little bit of an update in the Nolan Wells case. If you guys don't know, Nolan Wells is the 18-year-old teen who went missing in Mississippi. It happened in Ocean Springs, Mississippi on Horn Island. And he went out on a boat with his friends, and then investigators found his body a few days later. So the family of Mississippi teen Nolan Xavier Wells will conduct an independent autopsy following the 18-year-old's mysterious passing, and that's according to attorney Ben Crump, who revealed new details about what he says unfolded on the day that Wells vanished. He was a good kid. He was beloved. He was a college athlete. He had everything going for him. And so to go on that island and then not to come back is what's concerning. That's what he told ABC News. Wells went missing on the 4th of July after going on a boat trip with his high school friends to the popular undeveloped Horn Island, which is just south of Ocean Springs, Mississippi, according to officials and Ben Crump. The location is accessible only by private boat. The friends left Horn Island and went back without Nolan. That's according to the Jackson County Sheriff, John Ledbetter. From what we understand, he chose to stay there, end quote. A body believed to be Wells was recovered on Monday, July 6th. That's according to officials. Authorities said they believe Wells drowned and don't suspect foul play, but the sheriff's office stressed on Wednesday, July 8th that investigators are working diligently to determine exactly what occurred. Crump said investigators continue to tell the family that we don't see any evidence of any foul play, even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on boats. Crump described the altercation as Nolan and somebody else yelling at one another on the boat. According to Ben Crump, when Nolan's friends left, they also took his phone with them. And Crump says that when Wells' family got his phone back, messages had been deleted.
How could you tell messages were deleted?
The boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. Like, I'm not. He's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
Crump said Wells' father described the 18-year-old college football player as an elite athlete. He said that his son could swim, and so they're not just accepting that Nolan drowned accidentally. That's according to Ben Crump. Crump said the independent autopsy will be conducted in Washington, D.C. The sheriff's office stressed that the investigation is ongoing and urged anyone who was on or near the northwest tip of Horn Island to come forward with photos or videos, especially those depicting alleged altercations or containing images of or believed to include Nolan Wells. Now, I found this article on TMZ where it says comedian Little Rel actually donated $1,000 to the family's GoFundMe. So he said, quote, "I just want the Nolan family to find out the truth, and that's what I'm contributing to. Finding out the truth. The family and that young man deserves that," end quote. So this case has absolutely exploded. It's all over. It's become national news at this point. So as you can see right here, it has over $340,000 out of $350,000. And then I just wanted to read a little bit of what it says right here. It says, "As we begin the painful journey of laying Nolan to rest, we are asking for help to erase the financial burden placed on our family. Funds raised will be used for funeral and memorial expenses, celebration of life services, and any additional costs associated with honoring Nolan's memory. Any remaining funds will help support the family as they navigate the difficult days ahead." And I'll also have a link to the GoFundMe in the comment section down below if you guys are inclined to donate. Well, y'all, that'll do it for me for this video. The next time that I come back on here with an update, we should have the autopsy results, so I will update you guys as soon as I read that. And please leave your thoughts, comments, and condolences in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.